Happy Homebrew Wednesday. Look, I've been bragging about the fucking weather lately. How quickly things change, hey? Calm as a bitch. Although, compared to where some of you blokes live, this is nothing. But it's kind of crazy here. Went from what you saw me in shorts and t-shirt, literally in the middle of winter, and we were having 27, 28, 29 degrees. And so now this has gone back to a typical winter for us. Which, I don't know, what's the daytime temperature here? 18, 19. That's why I've got a beanie and a jumper on, you know, a sweater, what do you call them? But, you know, I got up this morning, it was 9 degrees. Hey, we got down to single digits. I'm going out to, changing up the beers. I'm going out to some vineyards this weekend. Go out to a place called Stanthorpe, which I live in the state of Queensland in Australia, and the town that typically gets the you know, the lowest temperatures of the state regularly is where I'm going. So it's not that well known for its vineyards, but they have some nice vineyards out there nevertheless. And even though I boast about living in the subtropics and having beautiful warm weather, I do miss having the seasons, so we try to go out there when we can and visit some vineyards, sit by the fire, and, you know, drink wine for a change instead of beer. I'll probably pay for that with my headaches. I will see. I am going to see. It's also the apple growing centre around where I live. I guess, you know, is for up here. It's a bit unusual to grow apples up here, but they do out there because it gets cold. So if I'm lucky, I'm going to bring home some cider. If I'm really lucky, I'll bring home some apple juice. I'm not really sure how it's going to work out, but anyway, we'll see. I'll keep you posted. So I have done a bit of brewing this week. I'm not going to show you much footage of it. Did an all grain brew yesterday. That just went all pear-shaped, to be honest. I reckon that is one of the most monumental fuck-ups that I've had when it comes to brewing. But I guess we all have those from time to time. Anyway, I've took lots of footage, even throughout the fuck-up. And I'm not sure how the beer's going to turn out, but I'm going to keep going. Had a lot of comments and feedback to say that people like the you know, the grain to glass type videos. So I've got a few of those actually in the pipeline, and that'll be one of them. So you're gonna have to wait to see what the let's just say at the moment I do brew in a bag brewing, and there's a real critical part in there about the bag. And if that goes wrong, your brew day goes wrong. So stay tuned. Anyway, while I'm here, I was chatting to a Kiwi lad. Shit. I'll put it on the screen. I think he's called Rookie Brewing. Interesting guy. Whatever the screen says, that's definitely him. I'm pretty sure it's Rookie. Nice guy. I think some of you might know him already. He's been around longer than I've been. So does a lot of brewing, does some interesting stuff there. We were conversing and we were talking about kit brews. And one of his questions, we got onto Cooper's Draft, which I use for a base of a few of my kits. And I told him about how I tried recently. I've never done it before, but a double kit. So I've read or watched videos, or maybe not so many videos, but I've read a bit where people suggested that the first step up, if you want to, you know, if you're just doing basic kit and kilo, and literally kit and kilo with a can and a kilo of sugar, a good step up would be to use just 2 cans. And I was like, okay, I wonder how that goes. Saw some other posts on blogs and what have you about how you got to watch out for the bitterness, because it can increase quite a bit. But I just happened to end up with 2 cans of Cooper's Draft, One I got chucked in from I've been buying a few fermenters lately, and I bought a fermenter. I bought a few fermenters which came with a kit, a can chucked in. You'll see more of some of that stuff later. Not today, but next time. But I ended up with 2 cans of Cooper's Draft. So I thought, oh, here's a chance. Let's try this out and see if there's any truth to it. So I literally did 2 cans of Cooper's Draft, and that was it. Water, obviously. Didn't add any extras. I usually, when I'm doing kits, I like to beef them up with some wheat malts, maybe some carapils, maybe even a kilo of pale malt or something like that. Whatever, some grains to beef it up, and then sometimes some hops to go with it. This time I just did straight. I used I used the Cooper's yeast. So maybe not what was in those cans, because some of them are old, but I used Cooper's yeast. And it's been about 3 weeks, so it hasn't aged a long time. And I'm not sure if you can see what I've got here, but I kegged it. I'll let it sit. So actually, it did get a reasonable head. I was surprised. It got a reasonable head. That doesn't demonstrate it properly, I'm afraid. But when I first kegged it, I was not sure. I'm not sure about it. But so I guess it's been in the keg now for maybe a week, because I tasted it and went, oh fuck. It wasn't terrible, but you have that first taste and you're like, I'm not sure. So I just chucked it back in the fridge and whatever. It's been cold crash for another week. Cracked it on, hooked up to the keg today, into the taps, and it's actually not bad. I've got a bit more respect for it than what I was going to say. It's quite a dark beer. That is just 2 Cooper's Draft cans together. I love the Cooper's Draft as a base for from one of my sessionable quaffing lagers. I love to use a can of draft, put some extra malt and some specialty grains, and then the W3470 yeast into it, and I make a delicious lager that I can drink all day, lots. And so I'm trying to keep that on tap all the time. It's a really malty beer, which goes well because somehow the Cooper's Draft is quite bitter. I know if you go to Brew 17, Brew 17, go to Craytube, whatever, he says fucking 17 all the time. I think it's Brew 17. I should know. Anyway, if you go there and you somehow search for Cooper's IBUs or something, they've got quite a few posts about where it shows all the kits and the IBU ratings of the kits. When you add 2 kits together, obviously it goes up. I don't think it's double, but it's up there a little bit more. I don't know, this is from taste, I don't know, it'd be up there. I reckon it's somewhere around the 40 plus 50. Might be even higher because it's so malty. The malt goes well with the bitterness. That's the trick, I think. When you're talking about sometimes it's like especially on a European type of beer, which is what this reminds me of, albeit quite a dark one. It's got the malt forwardness there, but then it's a little thin at the back end somehow. So, which you expect. I didn't add anything to give it a bit more of a full body, which I prefer personally. On a dark lager, or this is not a dark lager. This is a dark ale, because it's just ale yeast. That's for sure, not lager. Look, I don't think it's too bad. If you just wanted to try something, try a 2-can thing, it's pretty good. So this would be $30 for 2 cartons. Yeah, it's like $15 a carton. But in Australian dollars, $15 a carton. That's well and truly, let's say maybe even a third of the price. Okay, it's definitely way less than half price. Yeah, a third of the price. of your pig swill commercial crap, and this is not bad. This is good. I could session on this, no problem at all. It's around about the 4.5%, I think, was the ABV. I didn't take any footage of it because it's slapped 2 cans in, and you know, you guys don't need to see that. So anyway, it's not a bad beer. So Rookie Brew, I didn't answer you. I'll put a note and link to your site, and I will tell you, yes man, this is pretty cool, but I guess if I had a choice between what I would like to do with the Cooper's Draft can, I prefer to make it into a true lager with the lager yeast and as the base. But this has hints of it, just that perhaps it's the yeast, I guess, and fermenting at higher temperatures. I don't get any esters or any odd flavors, but definitely when I brew this with a few specialty grains and what have you, a bit of dry malt extract, I get a delicious lager, and I can taste it, just not the crispness there. But want to try it? This is definitely not a bad thing. I probably haven't talked it up so much, but actually it's not bad. It's growing on me. I'm going to enjoy the keg of this that I have. It's going to be a nice quaffer, which I think what a lot of us do, I definitely do when I'm doing kit and kilo stuff. For me, I've always got 1 or 2 of them in the pipeline as a quaffer. You know, I get mates that come around, I give them a big IPA. Some of them go, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, well, okay, here, try this. And they go, oh, yeah, that's nice, that's a really nice beer. Okay. So I always find it's nice to have some of this kit and kilo stuff on hand for the less educated, less beer educated friends and people of ours. That's my hound going off. He's a real dog. He's a wolfhound cross Great Dane. As if either of those breeds weren't big enough on their own to put 2 together. Awesome dog. Stand him up, he's 6 foot tall. Put him on the scales, 75 kilograms. He's the heaviest dog at the veterinary clinic that I take him to. The most beautiful natured dog. I don't know if you can see him. Let me see. Oh yeah, you can. Ollie. I get used to how big he is, but any of the delivery men that turn up here, they freak the fuck out. They often don't get out of their car, and because he's so big, he can just walk up and literally stick his head through your car window. Hey Matty, say hello. Say hello, I'm gonna make you famous. Hey, do you like beer? Yes, 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 yes. What do you like? Stout. I like stout, because there's a steak in every beer. Good boy. Yeah, he's my real dog. Hey. Alright. Hey mate, why the long face? Don't be sad. I know, the brew yesterday didn't go so well, but hey, look, I think it's going to turn out alright. What? Oh no, no, it's okay. The sorghum beer? Yeah, it's alright, I know. Come on, you're not gluten free. You love your grains, hey? What? What's that? No. I haven't tried to make beer out of lucerne. Making it out of sorghum was fucking hard enough. Yeah. Oh, no. Look, we'll go to the pub later, okay? Okay. Don't be sad. This is my horse, Duke. He's a big boy. He's got a heavy head. He's 17 hands high if any of you guys know anything about horses. You've seen my boat. That's got horsepower. This is my other hobby. It's just 1 horsepower. Hey boy. Looks like it's a pet day today, isn't it? Anyway. Alright, well, I'm rambling on, introducing you to my fucking dogs and horses and shit, so it must be time to go. Wasn't that, I haven't got any real special footage. I have got footage, but I was saving it for some other videos. So, happy Homebrew Wednesday. Catch you, well, I'll definitely catch you next week. There might be another post in between here and there, but we'll see how we go. Stay tuned. Cheers. That's the panorama out the back. You want to go around? We'll do a full 360. It's getting a bit bright. And now I am getting dizzy. Are you? Cheers. Oh yeah, see? I'm fucking terrible for it. Not that it really matters to you guys. If you're still watching though, I guess you've stayed tuned for the whole thing, and maybe you are interested a little bit. And maybe you're married. And have you ever struggled to remember your wedding anniversary? Now for me, it was one of the greatest days of my life. I love my wife. I'm really lucky. I've got a great girl. She's cool as fuck. And we've been together for a long time and had a great life together. And hopefully it will continue. But for some reason, I got confused. Well, not confused. I just couldn't remember the day of our wedding, and it drove me nuts because it's one of the really important days of my life, and I didn't want to forget and be that classic stereotypical bloke that goes, oh shit, it's our wedding anniversary, what? So I thought I'd cured it. I thought I'd fixed it. Obviously you've seen I've got a few tattoos, but this is one that I've got. Now I'm going to show you, but look behind the camera. See, oh. Where is it? There you go. So I got married on the 27th of the 7th, 2001. Alright, there you go. You can't see it, but yes you can, and I can't forget. Before I got it tattooed, you wouldn't believe how many times I rang my wife, and then I text her a couple of times, make sure I got the right date put on there so that I didn't fuck it up. Thought I got that sorted, never forget again. Guess what? We talked about it the other day, and then I got up this morning. I worked last night, and I came home this morning, and I'd totally forgotten that it's the 27th of the 7th today. My wife had left me a lovely note saying, happy anniversary, see you when you get home. I think I'm going to have to get that tattooed on my fucking forehead so that other people remind me. Shocking. So, anyway, thank God she wrote me a note. She's been out, so I've got the rest of the afternoon to figure out how to come up with a plan so that she doesn't think that I forgot about our wedding anniversary again. We're going away for the weekend, so I haven't really forgotten about it, to be honest, but I think that's part of it. I know we're going on a lovely weekend trip, and I have forgotten that the actual day is today, which is 2 days before we go away. She didn't forget. That's the problem. Hope she doesn't watch this video. I got no way of getting away with it then, have I? Anyway, love you, babe. Cheers, guys. Hope you had a chuckle. See you later.